Good morning, everyone. Bear with me while I put my glove on, because for once I actually remember my gloves, but forgot my hat, so that's why my headphones are on. You think a guy who spent his whole life in Canada and is doing videos about discipline and stuff like that would remember a freaking hat and gloves in the middle of, I guess near the end of February. I got an extra early job, some work to do. I'm just gonna scan this because you won't be able to tell in the video because of my light, but without this light it's completely dark. Actually, you know what, I'm just gonna talk and keep the light like this. You guys get to look at something other than my face for once, and I get to see. It's just for the morning part, for the kind of intro greeting thing I do. Eventually I'll sit up by a tree and I'll go through my notes, my little bullet points. It's gonna be interesting today. Got a lot to talk about today. Probably the other reason it's good that I got out here early, because I did a lot of growing, let's say, on the weekend. So, but right now, I'm gonna greet everybody. Hello to some of the regulars: John, Tyler, Josh, maybe Zach. I think he's watching more often now. Nana, Mom. It'd be nice to one day say Jen, my wife. But she gets a pass. She's watching our kids. I was thinking about eventually, I'm probably getting ahead of myself here on this one, but eventually having like a song or some kind of like intro to go in between this part and the part where I set up. I don't know, like I got the Vitaly came up with the Off Grid Your Mind logo, so I might get some kind of logo for this, and then a little transition song. Again, I'm probably getting ahead of myself. The majority of my audience right now is on TikTok and, surprisingly enough, Facebook. And it's funny how that whole thing happened. Was I was posting things to Instagram, and I didn't know, because I don't know technology at all, that it was set to immediately share to Facebook as well. And I find it the most interesting because a lot of, pretty much everything here I talk about is very non-confrontational. It's like I'm just trying to get people to better themselves, work on themselves, right? But apparently some older, big, tough guy boomers, they can't handle that. And I'm dead serious with this when I say that, because when I comment, I try to, get to know the person, especially when they're calling me an idiot. But it was funny. It was a big growing, good experience for me, actually. Made me realize that, I do need to articulate myself better. And because everything is all these short 1 minute, oh man, you might just be looking at black this whole, okay, no, you can see some stuff. Articulating myself better, get my ideas across more clear and faster, because everything's these stupid short 1 minute clips, right? But I also realize that no matter how well I do that, there's gonna be some people that just don't get it. And I do wanna help everybody I can, and I don't like writing anybody off, but there's just some people that they want me to hold their hand. They don't know how to read, or maybe read some of my description to get some more context, or realize hey, this is a clip from a longer video. Maybe there's more context. Read the comments, read what I'm saying to people, what we're discussing. No, it's just straight, you're an idiot, you don't know what you're talking about. You're not wrong. I mean, all I'm talking about is things that really worked for me, and some things that I learned. I do believe in objective truth. Some of the stuff I 100% believe in. If it's not working for you, I think you're doing it wrong. I don't care if that makes me sound arrogant, because some of this stuff, it's 100% it's up to you. The only thing stopping you is you. Make sure I don't get hit by a car. Yeah, I'm gonna save the rest for when I'm standing still and I'm able to talk more clear, and there's not my feet crunching in the snow and stuff. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm excited for today. I gotta even just think for a minute where I want to start. Let's take these out. continue on what I was saying in the intro about the whole lone wolf thing. So a while back, so all of these are longer videos. I hate that I have to explain that. Actually, I gotta stop trying to explain things and just understand that some people just aren't gonna get it, whether it's they're too stupid or too stubborn, or just who cares. One thing I gotta say, because it seems like I'm being salty, I'm not. Like I said before, when I deal with people like this, I'd really just pray for them. I feel bad, really. But this is a special case. Like, there's some interesting things that I want to talk about, and it sparks some more discussion, which is what I want with this. Like, I want more back and forth. I want more debate. I was kind of getting it with these guys, but some interesting things came out of this. But I just want to make sure I got, because I thought about this. I want to make sure I get all these thoughts on here. But the video was about community. It was one of my community videos, and I got into the whole lone wolf thing. Like, there's some guys, I keep saying guys because it was all men, generally older, that were losing it about this. I just, before I get into this, I just want to talk about how funny it is and how silly they look when they're going, oh, I'm a big tough guy, lone wolf, I can handle everything on my own except for your opinion. Your opinion really got me going. I'm gonna sit here and cry because big tough lone wolf boomer guy can't handle somebody else's opinion. And if you're really that self-sufficient, that you can handle everything on your own, maybe try and read descriptions. I gotta stop because I'm starting to look salty. It's just fun. It's really funny to me. The big tough guy can't handle different opinions. But what I was trying to say with that video is, you don't have to be. Personally, I believe the whole lone wolf thing doesn't exist. I had one of the guys in the comments try to tell me that he was one, and but then he starts going on about how he has a son. I'm like, you're not a lone wolf, dude. I don't know if they're thinking when I say that they mean they handle all their problems on their own. They don't ask anybody for help. I'm like, okay, fine. That's your definition. Fine. Mine's a little bit different. We can discuss that later. But that still doesn't make you cool or tough. You're putting things on yourself you don't have to. And I think the part that I said that made them the most upset was probably when I said, if you can't find people to help, maybe it's you. And I meant that. I think they were taking it a little bit harsher than I meant it, though. This whole thing's about bettering yourself, becoming the best version of you so that you can help others. And I was also trying to say that too. If you're that tough, you can handle all the problems on your own, maybe lend that strength to somebody else, and then you wouldn't be a lone wolf anymore. You're helping somebody else. If you got a kid, that kid relies on you. You're not a lone wolf. You can't be. You owe that kid everything. That kid did not ask to be here. You brought them here. You owe them everything. You can't be a lone wolf anymore, no matter how cool you think it is. But I'm going on a different thing right now. Man, what was I going on? Shoot. You're putting things on yourself you don't need to. You can give, you're that strong or whatever. Just share it. That's what I'm about. I'm about community. I'm about bettering yourself for yourself, but also that you can better help others. Oh, yes, I remember now. So the part that really got them going was when I said, if you can't find people, it's probably you. I meant that not as harsh as it comes off, though, but it's funny because these guys proved it right, the harsh part of it at least, because every single one of them immediately hostile, didn't offer any arguments, just you're an idiot, you don't know what you're talking about. Again, I'm sure maybe because I'm trying to figure this stuff out. I know it works for me, and I'm trying to work with people, get you guys to try and see what works for you. But anyway, yeah, it's probably you. All the nasty guys, the immediately straight to anger. Yeah, you're probably repelling some people. But the other thing I meant with that, and is if you're having a hard time connecting with people, And when I said that, I said, you know, sit back and reflect. Maybe you're repelling some people. I didn't mean that like in a nasty way. I meant that like maybe you just need to focus a little bit more on yourself first, right? Maybe there's some things you need to get over first before you go find people to hang out with and find a community, find a group. Because when I talk about communities, like, you guys are relying on each other, right? People don't want to have to hold your hand through the whole thing. You need to be able to do stuff too. You need to have something to offer. And I know this sounds harsh, and I don't, like I said, like, I don't want to write anybody off or anything like that. And I want everybody to be better, have better. But I can't do that. Like, I can't hold your hand. These other communities, they can't hold your hand through everything, right? Especially me. I'm just some random guy on the internet. I keep telling people, like, if community is a thing and you're having a hard time, take some of the videos, some of the tips that I gave about what worked for me, about figuring myself out, right? Some of the fasting tips, the reading, standing in a mirror and just figuring yourself out for as long as it takes, and then start working on yourself, and then maybe, right? And don't get discouraged. Another thing I keep talking about is, like, just because you're not seeing results right away doesn't mean it's not worth to keep going for. Consistency. I'm going to consistently talk about consistency. Just because you're not seeing results right away doesn't mean give up. But yeah, I think I sufficiently addressed that. I did find it kind of interesting that I did a video addressing older people and younger people about arrogance and humbling yourself. Like, if you want to have a community, you have to humble yourself. Like, be able to take criticism as long as it's, constructive and coming from a place of love. Like, don't take crap. Another approach of mine is balance. We're going to talk about that when I talk about this plate carrier, because apparently it's just too distracting for people. But yeah, balance, right? Yeah, so I think actually the second point I want to talk about, so most of this video is going to be me addressing a lot of feedback I've been getting, good and bad. Mostly, again, like I said in the intro, like, these short videos are just, they suck, because I'm long-winded, if you haven't noticed, and I like to explain, I like to talk, and I need more than a minute I think it's like a minute for Facebook Reels. I don't even know why, or I don't know, I did tell why. Like, I want community, I want discussion, so that's why my friend told me, like, hey, you got to put the shorts on. But at the same time, like, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. It's just something I'm gonna have to work on and get over. But the 1 minute thing sucks. I think TikTok now allows 10 minutes, but people don't watch that. And I don't need people to watch this. I want people to watch it, but not because I want people to, like, oh, look at this guy. It's because I want you to look at yourself. I want you to work on yourself. And I'm not going to hook people and get them to start thinking about these things and work on these things or try some of these steps. If, they scroll and they see, 10 minutes of just this random guy talking on the internet. But yeah, no, the whole point of these is work on yourself, better yourself, and your community. Now, the plate carrier, there's a backpack here too, okay? I don't know why this is such a big distraction. This is weighted, right? It's heavy. A lot of people, because it's one of my other videos that kind of took off and is creating a lot of discussion, is my one where I'm saying, don't be ignorant to what's going on, but don't panic. And a lot of people are like, oh, don't panic. You're wearing a bulletproof vest. I'm like, yeah, because it's heavy. I'm trying to get out here and trying to get fit. You don't have to, like, when I'm encouraging people to go work on their health and their fitness, you don't have to do exactly, I'm not saying, hey, get a bulletproof vest, go hike 2 miles every morning. Do what works for you. Start out slow. I bought this plate carrier when I was in the military. That's a whole other thing. And I freaking shouldn't have even brought that up, because I'm not a veteran. I was like a civilian employee, right? But I was working with guys who do the stuff. And, like, it's not a bad thing to have something like this. For right now, it works for me for my fitness. God forbid. I know I'm Canadian, so a lot of Canadians are just going to roll their eyes because this sounds like an American thing, but it applies for every single country. I don't care where you are. Your freedom and, like, your rights, they rely on you, right? I'm not going to get into too much of this because I'm Canadian. I can actually get myself in trouble. So I'm not going to talk about this. Because it's not what this is about anyway. Like, my approach to bettering my country is to better myself, right? So that I am squared away and strong enough and smart enough and healthy enough to do the same for my family. And then in turn, my neighborhood, my community, my town, my province, then my country, right? You don't have to serve your country. You don't have to go join the military or the government or stuff. You can do it by just bettering yourself and bettering your community. You know, like I talked about the lone wolf guys. Those are the kind of guys that don't put their grocery carts away after, right? People like that are the ones that are working against people like us that want to better our country, right? Don't be the person that can't put their grocery cart away. Because you're the reason we can't have nice things. I think that was enough about my plate carrier, my backpack. Like, for anybody who's getting distracted, like, this is about fitness. It started with fitness, and it's a key part. My third bullet point. Oh yeah, so everybody, like, this one is actually sad. This one I'm not frustrated with at all. Like, I know I said it, like, I'm not salty about this at all. I'm actually just really sad. When I talk about community and unifying, like, I'm trying to be a bridge. I'm trying to unify some of these groups that have been, I honestly believe, we can discuss this if you don't, it's being done on purpose, and I'm coming against it. And I had some people telling me that it's pointless, it's a waste of time. I don't think it is. I don't. And even if you're right and it's too far gone, I don't care. I refuse to give up. I don't care. Like, if it is impossible or whatever, I'm still going to do it. I'm going for it. Like, I'm going to try and unify. I know, again, biggest thing I learned this weekend is that there's just some people that are not going to get it because they can't or they don't want to. There's some people that want to be angry. They want to be divided. They want to hate. For someone like me, I have a hard time. Actually, no, I don't. Because I went through that. Those of you who know me know that there was a point in my life where I was extremely toxic. And so all those people that they don't want to get it and they want to keep hating, those people are extremely, like, they're hurting. I'm not making excuses for them. It doesn't make it right at all what they're doing, but, like, they're hurting. And the only way you're really going to beat them is try and help them. Like, I know I just said, I'm figuring it out. I'm figuring this out. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I'm just trying to figure this out. I'm just trying to unify people. I'm trying to create community, trying to better myself, get people to better themselves. I'm talking way too fast. I'm not going to be able to put captions on this. I'm going to talk about balance too. I forgot to talk about it with the plate carrier. I brought, like, the plate carrier, yeah, is for fitness. But my outlook on life, I really like the, speak softly but carry a big stick thing. Balance, right? I'm constantly going on about love and unity and peace because I honestly 100% believe that. But at the same time, I have a plate carrier. I have guns. I know how to use them. I'm encouraging people to learn how to use them too. One of the videos I talk about doing things that make you uncomfortable, or learning skills that scare you. It's like, if you don't know anything about guns and guns scare you, go learn about them. There's tons of safe, healthy environments to learn about firearms. I'm going to do another video about the other extreme because I'm about balance. There's some morons out there that make guns an idol. Like, guns are like, ooh, I need this gun and this gun does this and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, dude, it's a tool. Calm down. There's two extremes on this. There's the people that are just terrified of guns, and even though they don't understand them, know anything about them, their fear is, like, it's a tool, but it has a clear objective, right? But don't be afraid because of ignorance. Like, and you really don't need to be afraid. Just learn about it. And then the other people on the other side, you look like a moron too. Like, the people that go on and say things like fully semi-automatic or assault style weapon, you guys look stupid. But also the other guys that make their whole identity of guns, you also look stupid. And I don't care. Like, I'm done. Again, part of helping people help themselves is tough love. I love both of you the same, but you guys got to stop. Oh, I just heavily distracted myself. I was on to something else right now. Oh yeah, so it's not too late. Good morning to you too. It's not too late, and even if you give me all the reasons why you think it is, I don't care. It's not going to discourage me. I'm not going to stop trying to unify people. And I've been getting people telling me to keep going, like trying to encourage me. And then I've had people not come to me, but message me or and stuff like that, or in the comments, telling me how I've been helping them. And for every one person like that is worth like 10,000 nasty comments. This is pointless. This is a waste of time. One person telling me that I've helped them, or one person telling me to keep going for myself is worth 10,000 nasty comments. So I'm not going to stop. I never was going to, like, even if I did stop making videos, I would just keep doing this ruck march. Like, I'm not going to give up on myself. And I'm not going to give up on these videos either, because like I said, even if I was just getting one person that I was reaching, it's enough. You're enough, that one person, if you're that person. I'm getting sentimental when I was trying to be tougher today. Trying to be tougher to emphasize that balance, right? Like, I love everybody. I want everybody to do better, but also like don't mess with me. That sounds so dumb. I'm not editing these, but back to the whole like trying to get my point across better. Like that's not what I'm trying to get across. Whatever. Like I said, I'm figuring these out. These eventually, I don't think anybody ever gets this down. Like Joe Rogan's been doing stuff like he's been doing his podcast for like 10 years and he still makes mistakes. Like I'm going to keep making mistakes. I'm going to keep making myself look like an idiot, but it's worth it. I'm enjoying these. I'm enjoying the dialogue and discussion. I wish I could get more on YouTube, just because like I said, like I grew up on YouTube. That's the platform I like, but the people on Facebook and Reels and TikTok, like you guys are cool too. Like I'm having a lot of fun with that. I'm learning a lot. I'm helping people learn a lot. So, and it's only going to get better from here. Like this, like I said, like it's I don't want to call this a prepping channel, but it's like a learn with me kind of channel. Like as I learn with me, and the things I'm trying to learn are like how to better take care of myself and my family in all scenarios, like especially grid down scenarios and stuff like that. So I'm going to be doing some gardening soon. Like we're in the end of February, so we're getting pretty close to spring. I'm going to be moving to a place where I can build little raised beds, because I live in my end goal of this is to end up in a like an off-grid like farm with my friends and family. But for right now, I got to work with what I got. So we'll be doing some gardening, and I say Vitaly's part of this too. Off-Grid Your Mind, go check that out. But yeah, I think that's enough for today. I gotta go tack up some shiplap on the ceiling. So have a good day, everyone. God bless. Oh, of course. This is Stan. One more thing I gotta throw in here quick. I'm not gonna do it with my light or my mic or anything. I just had to throw it in here. I forgot to say it, but when I'm talking about the whole lone wolf thing or the cringy gun stuff, I'm talking about it in a place of experience. Like I was that guy that isolated himself and thought I had to do everything on my own. So I know that it's mostly self-imposed. And I also know about the pushing people away. Like I know, you guys can whine all you want, I know it. And the gun thing, I was that annoying guy with every single gun, had to get every single model and went on about this gun and that gun, and I made it an idol in my life. It was very important to me. And it was unhealthy. Like anything, if it becomes an unhealthy obsession, you gotta work on that. Whether like it's not necessarily guns, like cars, like it's okay to have hobbies, obviously. But just be self-aware. Right? That's all I had to throw in there for now.